verse number 29. Sarvabhutastamaatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshana. So already we have discussed this. So a man of contemplation, a man of meditation, you can say. So here, whose mind is resolved in contemplation, nididhyasana. And what happens that person? That person has to develop or already develop the vision of the sameness. That everything is Brahman, everything is Atman. And because of that reason, what happens? Sees the self abiding in all the beings. And of course, vice versa, all being in the self. So that means I am not different from anybody. And of course, nobody is different from me. Not like other way around, like somebody says, look, my money is your money is my money. Perfect. Let my money be with me, let your money be with me also. I hope you understand. Once more. My money is your money. This is the understanding, okay? My money is your money. Perfect. Your money is my money. Perfect. This is the understanding we discussed, okay? Next step is, let my money be with me. Wow, that's good. And also let your money be with me, because you and me, there is no difference. Remember, this logic is not going to work here, okay? That's why, to avoid that logic, how is it possible? Let us read the next words. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranashyate. This is beautiful. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra. So here the statement comes, the Lord says, look, the one, yo mam, me, the one who sees me, where? Sarvatra, everywhere, in all beings. Starting from, we say, from stamba, from a stone, from a pillar to Brahmadi Paryantam, Lord Brahma, the creator. That's why we have a beautiful point, especially when this comes. Yoma Sarvatram Pashyati. In fact, there is one avatar comes called Hiranyakashipu avatar, an incarnation. This is the role of incarnation, to teach. Here, when his son named called Prahlad, the father name was called Hiranyakashipu, a demon. And of course, he was a ferocious person. But his son was very good. Always he was praying God. So one day this father, to make it concert, father asked, where is your God? You are telling that he is everywhere. Where is God? He says, yes, look at, in this pillar itself also he is there. What? This God is in this pillar? No, of course he is everywhere. Of course he is in the pillar. The father got so angry, took the sword, cut the pillar, so that I want to see where is your God. I don't see. In fact, from the pillar, the God came out in the form of half human being, half lion. Because he was not supposed to be killed by anything, there was a boon he had got, that's why he was very powerful. So in between, because remember, this is called karma phala. Karma phala will always follow the karta. Even if you try your best to escape, remember, it's not that easy. There will be some loophole somewhere, and through that loophole, karma phala will be tagged to the karta. So the loophole was in such a way, neither he will be killed by human being, nor by animal, nor by God, nor the neither outside nor inside. Can you see how he had neither outside the house nor inside? I think neither in the daytime nor in the night time. So he had asked in such a way it is almost impossible that anybody can kill him. Neither by weapon nor by anything. Then how do we kill you? It's a very funny thing to happen. That's why the avatar has to be neither human being nor animal. That's why mixture of animal and human being. Neither outside nor inside. So he was being killed, nor will be killed in the sky nor on the ground. Like it has so many conditions which is almost impossible to fulfill, okay? So this loophole was created, then this Narasimha avatar, we say, half of the human being, half of the Simha lion came, pull him, put on his, lap, so that neither on the sky nor on the ground. No weapon, so used his nails. No animal, no human beings. And he was being killed neither inside the house nor outside, so on the threshold. And of course in Sandhya Kalam, neither daylight nor evening nor night. So all the paraphernalia was being fulfilled in such a way that this fellow was being killed. In short, the karma will follow karma phala. Whichever way you may function, whatever smartness you may show up. Remember, karma phala does not understand anything other than following the karta. So as long as kartutvam is in me, please understand, the sense of doership is in me, the karma, whatever is being done by this karta, this fellow, that will be tagged to this karta. There is no escape at all. So here is being said that, look, if this is the case, so the one who sees me in all beings, that's why I told it. So all beings means even if from a stone, from a pillar, to the most sentient being called Brahmaji, the creator. So everyone, there is no other thing, God. And of course, sees all beings. Sarvam cha mai pashyati iti. Sees in all beings as me, in me. So both way. And of course, tasyaham na pranasyami. Definitely, I am not far away from that person. And of course, that person is neither far away from me. So that means it's very clear that closeness with the God has nothing to do with going to or not going to godly places. The closeness with the God is something to do with the vision, the understanding. So if I am having the understanding of the God, that God is everything. This is what the problem in every religion. They will say God is omnipresent. Fantastic, this line is fantastic. Then after that they will say God is in the church, God is in the heaven, God is in the temple, God is in the mass. How is it possible? When you say God is omnipresent, it has to be anywhere and everywhere. Either you remove the word omnipresent or remove the God. But we all use the word God is omnipresent without understanding omni. That's why my favorite example is, do you know what is omni? When in my childhood, because my teacher asked, because we used to mug, what is God? God is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. To be very honest, I never understood what is that time, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. To be very honest, I was mugging because what choice do I have? Or else, not mark, I was in least bothered about the result, because I'll get beaten up, okay? With the game. So better not to get beaten up. So okay, what is God? God is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. Appa. Okay, good. So you do not care, your color, literally your shirt color goes off. Wow. So this is what you need. Nothing else. And one day, because I was really confused that time, what is omni? Because I understand omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, nothing I understand, but one word, omni. What is this omni? To be very honest, because we didn't have that much courage to ask. So omni. So luckily those days, now also in India it's there, not that it's not there. Those days I saw one car, okay? So that car is called Omni car. It's a very funny car. It's nice, no problem. So Omni car. So I was so happy. Finally I understood what is Omni. So next day I went to my teacher. I said, now I understand what is God, okay? So omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. So then he said, what is this Omni? I said, that car Omni, na? So like that, this God is everywhere. And of course you know what I got it, okay? Don't ask me now. So this omnipresent God has to be present everywhere, and that should be understanding based. Yes, for a common person, for a child, it is difficult to understand. This is what the religion job is. Like for example, in our geography class, for a child to understand this earth is not round, even if oval shape. To explain, it will be very difficult. Because child will not understand what is earth. Child will think that this is a flat surface. So earth must be flat. No. So the globe is being shown to a child. Even though the globe is the part of the earth, please understand. Even though the globe is the part of the earth, but the globe represents the earth. Can you see this point? So through the globe, the teacher makes a child to understand, hey, look at this is like earth. You expand your vision for understanding sake, for relating the confusion, to resolve the confusion. Now this teacher, geography teacher, shows a globe to understand the concept of the earth. Can you see this point? So also the God in a given place is useful, not that it is useless. Please, this is called another atheist people. This is another nuisance. Philosophers, they are another nuisance. So we need a God to resolve our confusion, resolve our conflict. We need to relate with the God, with the deity, which represents the totality. Can you see this point? Which represents the totality, but that is not the totality. So that's why we have to be very careful. We cannot dismiss the religious practices, impossible. But we cannot subscribe to the religious ideas completely either. So the balance, the understanding is something accommodates anything and everything. That is the point to highlight here. So here it's been highlighted that Yoma Pashyati Sarvatra, Sarvam Cha Mai Pashyati, the one who sees me everywhere and everything in me. And of course, that person is never far away from me, nor I am far away from the person. That is called understanding. In fact, to be very honest, when we look at many things, one story goes very beautifully about Lord Krishna. Even though I don't subscribe this idea Radha, okay? Because I have my own problem, because I have few problems about me also. People have to understand, okay? So one is called Radha. So the Radha, Krishna, Radha concept, I don't really subscribe at all. Because to be very honest, my understanding, whatever I have, but I have spent little time in this regard. I may be wrong, but this is what my understanding till now. I am looking for my open. I am looking for if anybody can enlighten me in this regard. That the Radha doesn't exist anywhere, neither in scripture, nowhere. So some 600 years back, Radha was created. Like, in India, every time new gods created. In 60s, there was a filmmaker. He was inspired by his wife, to be very honest. Let me not get into details. He got inspired by his wife. He created a movie. The movie name called Santoshi Mata. And that movie became big hit. After that, Santoshi Mata became one of the deity in Hinduism. And they created, Santoshi Mata is the sister of Ganesha. So Ganesha was feeling lonely because he did not have any sister. So that's why he requested, then if God feels lonely, then we don't need that God, okay? Keep that God wherever, okay? Anyway, however, so in 60s, one God created called Santoshi Mata. Now if you look at all over India, almost every ladies do Santoshi Puja. That too on Friday. And the worst part of Santoshi is that there is a worst part. But there is a logic, nobody looks at that logic. But on every Friday you have to do it, and you cannot eat sour things, okay? You must not eat any sour things. And even if you should not utter the word sour. I am not telling you jokes. I have gone through crazy thing in my life, especially in teenage time, okay? You cannot think of. Those days it was picking badly, okay? Appa, you cannot think of. It was spreading like anything. However, coming back to the point. But the logic was entirely different. The logic is what? Because if you take any sour things, your prana will go down. Prana will be depleted. Because sour things generally is tamas food. So to avoid the tamas food, that has been talked. But they didn't understand. Let us not get into that point. Point is here, I would like to highlight that how people create different concept of God. And there is a contest. How I am closer to God. In fact, it is exactly like proving one's own self to be a donor, the best donor. And whoever gives more is closer to God. And there are crazy people, they pay huge money to get a cloth from the God, so that when they die, they should hold on to the cloth, which they cannot hold actually. After death, the cloth will be given to them. I know there are many people, they pay huge money to get a piece of cloth from the God or from the saint, whatever, from different places. So they keep it, so that in the coffin or wherever, that should be kept. Appa, fantastic. What a crazy idea. Nothing wrong with it, at least because of this reason, the organization flourishes, okay? At least, okay? That part I love it, okay? Nothing else. However, coming to the point. So, there was let me share one story related to this. So in a locality, people thought of building a temple. Let me bring as a temple example, okay? So I have to bring everybody now, once in a while. So in a locality, people thought of to build a huge temple. Then they made an open announcement that we will be putting the name engraved permanently based on the donations. Whoever gives the more donation, that person's name will be in the topmost list. And based on that, 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 okay? It will continue. Now, in whole locality, there is a competition. So, whose name will be on the top? So, everybody started bidding. But deep within, all of them had a problem. Because there was a person who was equally rich and also equally good heart. So everybody thought he is going to definitely score everybody. His name will be on the topmost list. We cannot compete with him. At least let us plan to be second, so that we have a status. So in fact, everybody was competing for second, not for the first, because they know nobody can beat him. But to everybody's surprise, this man was completely quiet. He did not bother. So everybody got shocked. What is going on? Did he get changed or what? What is happening? So then finally few people went that, look, we have announced and there is a temple we are going to build, so we expect something. He said, yes, I am aware of everything, not that I am not aware of it. Then please, how much we are going to give you? I said, I have not thought of it. Now what is this? We all know you will be the most important person and your name will be first. He said, I am sorry. I am least bothered. Definitely I have not thought of how much I am going to give. Definitely not. But if that is the condition, that based on donation you are going to put the names, I am not interested to give. If you people are really interested to take something from me, I am really happy to give. In one condition, nowhere my name will be. I must not be part of it. Because I am not your competition. That whatever you put, whatever you don't put, that is none of my business. But remember, for the sake of putting, I cannot give a single pie. Please, you all may go back. Then of course the story goes further. He gave so much. And later on, out of gratitude, in fact, they put his name separately. Not in the list, separately, okay? Out of gratitude, because he gave so much, they could not stop it because something he deserved. That is called attitude. Can you see this point? So here also same thing. Competing with the God, being close to God, what does it mean? How much I can part of the God, godly things. It's not like that. To be close to God means how much you have understanding regarding the God. The more you understand, the more you are closer to God. So the understanding of the God is more important than anything else. That is what is being highlighted here. Then what happens? He says, look, that person, interestingly, what happens? Let us read next verse. Sarva bhutastitam yomam bhajate katvam astitah sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. Says, look, sarva bhutastitam yomam bhajati. So the one who thinks or who really understands how, with this vision, this understanding, I am in all beings and all beings in me. The one who has this vision. And how? He says, Sarva bhutastito mam bhajati ekatvam astitah. Having recognized, having understood this vision, now that person, what happens? Me abiding in all beings. The one who understands that I am the one, oneness of me, and that me abiding in all beings. That means what happens? He says beautifully, Sa yogi mai vartate iti sarvatha vartamanopi. All the time, that yogi, that meditative person, that contemplative person abides in me, whatever, sarvatha, all the time, whatever he does, whatever he may not do, means all the time he abides within me. How? Let us look at this point very carefully. The closeness with a person completely depends upon the attitude and understanding of a person. It has nothing to do with physically. Even though there is a physical person, please understand. So physically you can be away. Whereas the closeness with the person completely depends upon how you match the wavelength of the person. Wavelength means the thinking level. It happens in the case of human beings or any other relationship. Now here, God is not an individual. God is not any entity, small entity. So God is a principle that is everywhere. And being everywhere, whoever understands this principle, that means what? The person understands that God is with me, is never away from the God either. And with that person, what happens? Definitely always abides with me and not away from me. How? This example I was giving you, Radha example. That's why I jumped, I didn't bring it. Now I can bring back again same Radha concept. From Santoshima I jumped, I went away. So this Radha actually concept is like this. This concept I like it very much. Radha loved Krishna like anything. Because all these people, they created this concept, nothing else, okay? But good concept, this I liked it. This much I liked it, okay? It seems the story goes, fabricated story, no doubt in it. Lord Krishna had some fever. So when he had some fever, so Narada came. Because they have to create really being some characters very nicely. And they treated, nothing happened, no cure, nothing happened. So Narada came and all these things. Krishna said, look, only whoever loves me. If that person gives me some dust from the feet, and if I apply that dust that has come from the pit, I will be cured. Now all his wives and everybody said, sorry, we cannot do it. How can we give the feet to our husband? Impossible. No. That feet dust, no, sorry. So everybody was talking, no, he's God, he's a king. Somebody says he's a king, he's the most powerful person. How can we give the dust? Impossible. So message was being sent everywhere. Narada came to Gopapura, where all these gopis and everybody was there. Everybody also scared, no, we cannot do it. Then Radha came to know that this Narada has come. She went and asked, how is Krishna? Yeah, everything is good, but there is small issue. Now what is that issue? Issue is that he is having fever. Why? He is not able to get cured. What is happening? No, we tried all the best, but small issue is there. What is that issue? Actually, only there is one remedy. If anybody can give some dust from the feet, and if he applies that, he will be cured. Radha said, for this sake, why are you delaying so long? Please, I am ready to give all my dust. Please, I can jump as much as possible. Take the dust and go away quickly. Let him apply and get it cured. That time Radha, don't you think that you will incur papa? He is God and something. So what? Let me get into hell. Let my Krishna be cured. That is what my point. I don't care what is going to happen to me or not. So that is called understanding. Can you see this point? So this is one type of understanding to understand. I don't care. In fact, this is what happened also with another region. Just I am trying to tell you. We all talk about, because these are the stories you should know. Oh, time is up. Stories about Lord Shiva and Sati. It's a beautiful point, because why I am talking this point, the one who was playing the role of Lord Shiva, poor actor, recently he passed away. Very nice. He was a big fellow, to be very honest. So a few days back, just 3-4 days back. That's why this thought came. What happened is, look, when Sati, one of the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, who put the rules and regulations for the human beings. So his daughter said beautifully that I want Lord Shiva, not for anything else. Because when I saw him, from that day onwards, I don't exist. Somebody said, can you tolerate? He is such a person. And moreover, it will not even ever happen. He said, that time my life will be painful if I exist. I don't exist. So when I don't exist, how do you think that my life will be painful? When there is duality, if you want to talk in Vedantic language, if you want to talk Kappan language, if there is arrogance, if there is separate identity, if there is bargaining, calculation, then only I look at all these things. I don't exist. The day I saw him, I don't exist at all. When I don't exist, how can I be, do you know, how can I have pain? There is no chance. Even if he is the most powerful entity, nothing is going to happen to me. In fact, the story goes further. In due course of time, that nothing could happen. In fact, she fell down on the, on the fire of these rituals. And each portion of his body, because Lord Shiva came and took it, then Lord Vishnu had to cut it. Each portion of the body fell down in different parts of India, Pakistan also is there, Bangladesh, other parts also, let us say in subcontinent of Indian subcontinent. So whichever part his body fell down, that becomes a mother's place. Today we have 54 places of like this, very powerful places. So the concept here is, same concept is being highlighted, that the one who sees what, have this understanding, the oneness, and of course Because me abiding in all beings. And remember, whatever that person does, definitely he is me. He abides in me. Because there is no kartutva bhava at all. There is no sense of doership. Because every karta does. Every action is being done. Keeping with the attitude, most of the time, with a separate thinking. Mainly, to enjoy, to strengthen my individuality. A karma, generally, is being performed to create separation, knowingly or unknowingly. Because when I want to enjoy bhaktirtam, what is the enjoyment? Enjoyment is that unless I am exclusive, can I enjoy? Try. Without the sense of exclusiveness, will you be able to enjoy anything life? You have Rolls Royce. We all have Rolls Royce. Will you enjoy your Rolls Royce? Your neighbor also has. And the worst part is your maid servant who comes to sweep your house, she also has Rolls Royce. Will you enjoy your Rolls Royce car? Be honest. Nobody has, only you have. That exclusiveness only makes you to enjoy. So what is exclusiveness? Making you or considering you as different from everyone. So all our action is nothing to make me exclusive, different. But unfortunately, I don't understand. More I make myself different, exclusive, more pain I go through. That's why in enjoyment, the pain is a package. That's why life is what? Jum, 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 jum. That's why what is to be done? He says, look, next one he says, the one who looks at one's own self as an example, Atmopamenya, we'll see tomorrow. And how to make yourself as an example. Yes, you want to be, common people wants to be known, example of sympathy. Draw the attention, create the issue so that people will sympathize on you. But here, you need to be an example different. How? We will see tomorrow. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.